All right, everybody. Well, welcome to 2022 here. We pushed this meeting back a week or so just because of some schedule conflict. So we apologize if anyone logged in last week to get on here, but we're going to get rolling here. I wanted to first start by thanking everybody for, a great 2021 and what was really a challenging year. I think everybody who was at the facility throughout the course of the spring and the summer and the fall, you guys and gals gave us everything you had at every point in time, and we really appreciate it. Other than kind of getting a ton of games covered at Grand Park and Championship Park, we did a ton of great things at United, and that's all a credit to all of you, in terms of the charitable donations we were able to make to Pat Tillman and to Ronald McDonald House, and then for the fundraiser we just did related to Umps Care. So again, thank you to everybody who participates in those things and makes the culture at United outside of umpiring a top priority. So I really appreciate it. On top of that, just the amount of umpires that we saw advance to their next level, whether it be from getting from D18 to D12 or D12 to D5 or, D5 to NAIA and JUCO or NAIA and JUCO to that, first D2 series, whatever it might be. So congratulations to everybody for that. And, thank you for being a part of the United family here. Thanks, Todd.
Sorry about that.
So kind of moving into our vision for 2022, a lot of the things that we do at United are not really going to change in terms of we want to continue to work for umpires to improve to their next level. We still want to have a great culture. We want to have a great relationship with each other. And part of that comes from having a great partnership with the PBRT guys and the bullpen guys. And I wanted to take an opportunity here to introduce Cam Evelyn. He is, I'm not sure what his exact title is, but I'll call him the guy that really is in charge of, running the tournament at Grand Park now. And he's Derek and my main contact there. And I believe Cam's on the call and just wanted to offer a few thoughts on wrapping up 2021 and then also a little bit of a look forward to 2022. So Cam, if you're here with us.
I am here.
Awesome.
I'm here. Thank you guys for having me. Truly excited to be on this call, excited for another year. Feel like last year was a successful year. This year we're looking forward to, another sold out year. We've got 3,790 teams just in bullpen tournaments. That's from March 18th through the end of July. And for you guys that don't know me, I guess I could have prefaced this, but I've been with bullpen for 2 years, kind of came out of the Indianapolis area, graduated from Butler, and really stuck with bullpen. I've been out here in about every single role since I started, from intern roles to gate to umpiring plenty of games. So I've probably worked with quite a few of you guys. Usually the one guy out there in quad gear, umpiring the game. So I definitely know what you guys go through, not every single day, but, I can't say thank you to you guys enough. So going forward for this year, a sold out year, with rentals included, we'll have almost 5,000 teams come out this year, through the end of July. And then, into the fall, we'll surpass 5,000 easily. So for those of you guys that don't know, our staff for this year, our full-time staff, I'll kind of run the lead point, especially once we get to June and July for, the high school stuff. I'll definitely run the lead point on that. Jason Tisa, which is another one of our guys, kind of does the youth, the USSSA. He's kind of that, branch off of the youth director department. And he does a lot of the facilities stuff. Jackson Williams, who's our new hire this year, he is, he does a lot of our hiring. He does a lot of our, worker management, stuff like that. So if you guys ever have, quad managers you love, quad managers that you guys don't like working with, whatever it is, please feel free to pass that stuff along to Derek or Alex. We like to know that stuff, and you guys work directly with them every single day. So, that's a great help. And then, going forward for this year, a lot of stuff that we're improving upon. One of the things we're excited about is, a potential umpire locker room. So I know Alex and Whit, I don't want to steal their thunder here, so I'll let them kind of talk about that. But really excited about where we're heading and, our relationship and our partnership with United. So I think that about covers, the gist of it. But if you guys got any questions and stuff, my contact, feel free to share it with any of these guys. I'm happy to help where I can.
Yeah, thanks, Cam. We'll see you early next week, buddy. We're coming to town, so. But yeah, always great. Same, in terms of the staff that sits at bullpen, and Cam and Tucker and Blake and Red are still very much the top of the triangle. So, but we're excited to be working with Cam on a day-to-day basis in operations and all of our partners kind of there at Grand Park. So I want to introduce and talk about a few of the staff members at United that you guys may be working with. And, we had a little bit of shift in the off season with our staff here. And I think moving into 2022, we made the decision to bring Todd Marler up from kind of just being the main guy in Atlanta to being the president here at United Travel. And I think, Todd will do a great job in that role, has already done tens and hundreds of things for umpires, for the program, to try to make this situation and make this fun again, and make umpiring something that all of you look forward to doing. So I want to give Todd a few seconds. I'm going to shift this computer over to the front of him, and or he's going to step up, to my side here. But I want to give him a few seconds just to say hello, introduce himself, and go from there.
So guys, I just wanted to say hello. I'm really excited about getting to meet everybody in Indianapolis. I've been fortunate enough, I got to meet some of y'all there towards the end of the last week that we had games there at Grand Park. Some of you guys were able to come down to Atlanta towards the end of the year. So I'm excited about it. We can get my contact information. It's Todd at UnitedUmpires.org. Feel free to reach out. If there's anything I can help you with, if there's any issues that you have moving forward into this season, please feel free to contact me. And I look forward to working with you guys and continuing to build this great culture. So everybody enjoy their time tonight. And
thanks, Todd. Well, next person kind of on our list here at United is someone that everyone at Grand Park is familiar with. And he's going to speak to you here in a little bit and do some review of the year, but certainly Derek Whitfield will be back as, the main man there in Indianapolis. And we're excited for that. I think, through the years, the level of capability that Derek has shown in being able to get umpires to Grand Park, fill games, in all while trying to help umpires and make them better and create a culture at United has just been unbelievable here for 2 years. So we're excited, obviously, to have him back for a third year. We'll have Brian DeBrouwer will still be back as our director of training, and we'll hear from Brian in a little bit here via video. He actually has been spending a bunch of time with us in Rustmat down here in Auburndale, and actually just got on a plane and is headed home after teaching with us for a few days. So Brian did a pre-recorded video to say hello and kind of give some thoughts for the year. Kind of two of our newer people in Grand Park. I don't think are any real stranger to many umpires. I've spent a bunch of time up there. And that's Nobu and Donnie. So, and those two guys will be with us pretty much for June, July, and hopefully, part of the fall as well. And I think over the course of, last year and even in the COVID year, the year before, we realized that we need more help at Grand Park. That's not because, in terms of assigning that there's not capability there, but in terms of helping the umpires, giving support on not only the high school side, but also the junior side of the park. And then, just kind of feeding back or turning around and getting some feedback from all of you in terms of Kokomo. We wanted to add some staff to be able to support that facility more. I think one of the biggest things that we read about from the online survey was that Kokomo at times was on an island. So to all of you that work up there, primarily or have made trips up there, we really do hope to be able to add some more support up there with Nobu and Donnie being on board. Along with being a site supervisor, Nobu is also leading our recruitment of new umpires charge. And I want to give him a few moments here to talk about that and discuss what he and the rest of the team have been up to here in the offseason.
Yeah, thanks, Alex. I appreciate your introduction. Like Alex said, my name is Nobu, and I've been heading up our recruiting efforts for United Travel Umpires, not just for Indianapolis, but for all of our markets. And I'm just going to really briefly talk a little bit about kind of my mentality and the principles we believe in as an organization when it comes to attracting more umpires to come and work with us. I think it's no secret to anyone here that there aren't enough of us in the umpiring population to adequately staff the number of games that are out there. And kind of the repercussions of that of the umpire shortage that exists out there fall on us who are out there working on the field. It's a situation that nobody wins, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate, where you maybe came into work that morning expecting to work 4 games and you get stuck with 6 or something like that. And as entertaining as it is to watch Cam run out there on the bases or Whit go out and umpire, we're at a point where we don't want to see that. Obviously, we want to let them do their jobs and let us on the field kind of handle business out there. So we've kind of found ourselves at a spot as an industry, I think, where we need to come together and work out a way to do something about this. And kind of something I really strongly believe in personally, and I think I can speak for Alex and Todd and everyone else, is that you don't need a baseball background or a playing experience or an officiating background, things like that on your resume to become a great umpire. I think what is more important is that we need good people. We need coachable human beings that can work with different people, meet new people every day, and be likable, be approachable. And in terms of ball strike, safe out, and the mechanics aspect, between Brian, Derek, and everyone else, we can certainly handle that and teach that. And as long as we can find people that can listen, and regardless of age, anyone can be a good umpire. I think we had guys young as 14 years old last year working on the big fields, and I think that's an awesome thing because our younger guys did an amazing job out there. So I think it's really important to remember that you as an umpire are our best recruiting tool. Word of mouth is our strongest asset. If you go around back home, if you're from out of town, and tell your friends about working for United, what you liked about it, kind of hopefully what we do differently here that maybe isn't getting done anywhere else, that will entice you to come into town and make the trek. And we've always been very open to you bringing friends, carpooling. Maybe it's a younger, newer umpire that you're mentoring, and Derek is really great about keeping you two together, catering to your individual needs and accommodating that as much as possible. So yeah, in summary, it's no secret to anyone, there's no shortage of baseball at Grand Park. So anybody that's remotely interested in coming out and working should reach out to me, or not just Indianapolis, any of our markets all over the country should reach out to me. on any medium, email, call, text. I'll put all my information in the chat box below. And yeah, on that, I'll kick it back to you, Alex.
Thanks, Nobu. Yeah, throw your info in the chat there. Nobu's been a great asset for new and returning umpires at Graham Park. Just another avenue to get information. Obviously, there's times where not every single person on our staff can be available every minute, and just having another person there like Nobu who can start to answer some questions and try to help people is just a great asset for us. So, and moving forward here in the program, I think, Jim, we have a message from Brian, from our director of training. So I'm sure that here we go.
Yeah, give me a sec here.
Yep.
Hey everyone, we're just wrapping up the instructional part of our Rust Mat Clinic down here in Florida, and excited about getting to our live game evaluations this weekend. Wanted to talk to you guys just about a couple things as it relates to Indianapolis this summer. We're excited to have a couple of different clinics for the 2-umpire system and the 3-umpire system. Check out the information on our Facebook page or the United website for those clinics that will be happening in the middle of June. Also, this off-season, we put together a virtual workshop with a lot of information that we think will help umpires of all different levels. So if you're looking to start to refine your game a little bit, visit the United Umpires YouTube channel to look for our 5-week-long session of virtual workshop videos. And those talk about everything from taking off and putting on your mask to taking plays at the plate. So there's a lot of good information that we think will help all different types of umpires. Lastly, I want to really encourage everyone to think about being a really good partner this year. Being a good partner means a lot of different things. And it starts with communication, text or a call before the game, a good thorough pregame, supporting each other on the field, trying to build each other up so that our confidence is high for baseball games, and then talking about the things that happen during the game after the fact. There's so much we can learn from that happens on the baseball field, and if we don't take advantage of those conversations, we're missing those opportunities. So talk to each other, continue to build that culture that we're so proud of with United. Have a great summer, and I hope to see all of you at some point later on. Take care.
I think many of you had the opportunity to spend some time with Brian this past year, either in person at Graham Park or maybe one of the other sites. And then I'm sure many of you have spent many hours, watching him and all the great stuff that he produces for our training program. One of the things that we're really proud of at United is our link between the travel baseball segment and the collegiate baseball segment. And obviously our sister company to United Travel is United Collegiate. And tonight, because we're in Florida and he happens to be with us, we're lucky to have Chris Marshall here, who's a Division I coordinator, worked 4 NCAA Super Regionals, is somebody that, all of you had in Graham Park had some time to spend with, hopefully, last fall and last summer. Chris is a great asset for umpires. And I just wanted to give Chris an opportunity to kind of discuss his experience at Graham Park and then also talk about the link maybe between, collegiate baseball and travel baseball and gaining experience out there. So I'll welcome Chris. Glad to have you here, bud.
Thanks, Alex. I was lucky enough to make it out to Indy, I think 3 or 4 times last year. And, the first time was kind of a true awakening, just seeing the volume of games and how everybody worked to cover. And it was quite an operation. And seeing some of the rock stars like Nobu and, just Nobu's a god out there. You all know that. You laugh, but it's true. But the more time I got to spend out there and spend time with the umpires and, be around the guys and see how hard they work and their dedication, and then to speak and train some of the guys. It's just truly an amazing opportunity for you guys, and I was blessed to be out there. And certainly look forward to seeing all of you guys at some point, numerous times this upcoming season. The other satisfying part for me is to see, umpires that are working hard out there every day, working multiple games, working hard through that heat and the grind you guys go through, but also seeing the improvement each and every game and throughout the days. And then when we hear stories of guys that are advancing, whether it be through just games, in Indy or into high school, junior college, Division 2, 3, and 1, it's really fun and exciting to see the advancement, the improvement, and the opportunities that you guys are provided with in Indy and the great staff that you have. So I'm just blessed to be a part of it. I love the opportunity to come out there, and hopefully we get to see you all many times this summer. So good luck, guys, and you guys have a really good thing going out there, and just keep working hard.
Thanks, Chris. So we wanted to also take some time tonight. We down here in Florida, and we have Don Umland with us this week. And I know Don, I talked to him this afternoon, and he asked me just for a few moments to kind of talk to the group about his experience with travel baseball, and also how that translates to his job and what he's trying to do as the Division III National Coordinator of Umpires.
Thanks, Alex. Good evening, everyone. I just did want to just take a moment and, I had the opportunity to come down here and to attend and observe some umpires down here in Florida as we get the season going. But more importantly, I can't state enough how travel baseball has been a benefit to me personally, not only umpiring it myself, but also having the opportunity to look at prospective umpires who are working themselves up through the ranks. I think what it has done most for me, not only being personally involved with it, is I've had an opportunity to mentor some different individuals who have started essentially by working in travel baseball. We have a great combination of individuals where I live that have been involved with, mentoring different individuals. Coming down here has given me an opportunity to see different young umpires working. I would be remiss not to say that, I'm looking forward to trying to attend some different venues such as Atlanta, trying to get to Indianapolis to see more and more, individuals with less experience or young umpires starting to get to work, because I think you can't find a better opportunity to work with experience to raise your game. So with that being said, I'm looking forward to hopefully having an opportunity to meet some of you, perhaps work on the field with some of you, and all parts in between. So please take advantage of those opportunities to do so, because there's just no substitute for opportunities and gathering experience from those who can share it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. All right. Well, I'm going to talk about two things that my phone's been blowing up about for 2 days. So, number one, I guess there was an article that dropped today, something about Graham Park being sold and looking for a new owner. I have spoken to the powers that be, and let that go as it may. That is not something that we really need to be concerned about at this point. They have what I will call an ironclad contract over there. Whether there is a new owner or not, bullpen tournaments isn't going anywhere. So just to kind of address that for everybody, and kind of the stuff that the city of Westfield does, it does. I don't know what to say, but I just wanted to throw that out there. I know some of the Indiana umpires had reached out to me about that, and I did kind of get an answer on that this afternoon. So I do want to talk a second. I know I kind of previewed it and Cam hit it for a second. So in 2022, we are getting an umpire locker room at Graham Park. We're really, really excited about this. So we are going to, as the season progresses and it does get installed, we are going to really have 3 changing facilities at Graham Park. On the high school side, fields 1 to 12, we will have a 24 by 40 locker room that will sit somewhere up around grass lot between the admin building and grass lot up there, probably on the concrete or on the tarmac over there. We are going to be developing that throughout the course of the year. I don't think at any point during 2022 will I say that it will be a finished product, but we are absolutely trying to get it to a spot where it's your home and it's your home for that side of the ballpark. With lockers installed and electricity, and Whit and Donnie and Nobu having an office in there, to really try to provide more of a culture, not having you all changing at your cars on that side of the park. So that is certainly the goal here. There will be a lot more information on that kind of as we move through. It certainly will not be ready for March 18th. Probably will be more ready for about May 5th, May 18th, May 14th, somewhere in that range. So I know Derek will talk about some logistics here as it relates to the spring, but I just wanted to say that we're all really excited, and we're not only excited about the locker room, but just kind of some of the commitment that our partners at Bullpen and at Graham Park are putting into this building. I mean, that's a 900 square foot building. It's going to have lockers. It's going to have chairs. It's going to have all the things that make a locker room comfortable for umpires, so that when you all are out there for 4 or 5 games or more a day, you have a place to sit down for 5 or 10 minutes, have a cold bottle of water, feel some air conditioning. So we're really excited about that. On the youth side of the park, we are going to be pulling everybody into the 2 towers, and in kind of line of what's going on with the locker room on the high school side. We are definitely going to be making some adjustments, modifications, and additions to the towers to make them more conducive to being a locker room style. So we are hoping to add some lockers where people can lock up valuables, replace some of the old fridges with new fridges, get a lot more chairs up there, and certainly make it more like a locker room up there in those towers for the junior side, similar to what we'll have on the high school side. So those are some of the improvements that have been made there. I know, again, Cam alluded to it. This is really the first time kind of talking about it publicly. But again, really excited for that. I think it's something that's really been missing from our experience in Indianapolis, which is different than Atlanta and Kansas City, where we do have those locker room facilities. So I want to thank our partners, and I want to thank all of you for kind of being patient as we get through the first month or 2 months with the construction and what that's going to look like. So again, some of the logistics issues on that we will kind of talk about as we move forward, but I want you to know that that's on the horizon. So kind of getting into some of the nitty gritty, I'll get into registration, I'll get into background checks, and I will get into registration fees, and then I'll also get into game fees here. So if you worked with United Umpires in 2021, you filled out a Google form. If you filled out that Google form and you are on our roster and you are in Arbiter, there is nothing for you to do at this point, other than communicate with Derek as he discusses that later in the program here. So if you're registered and you're in there and you have an Arbiter account and you've worked, you're good. We will do a background check again. So if you registered and you're in Arbiter and all of a sudden you don't want me to run your background, certainly just need to reach out to me and say, hey, Alex, I don't want you to do that anymore. So I don't anticipate that happening, but you have that option. I just want everyone to kind of be aware of that. So 2022, where are we at in terms of game fees? So the hour 45 games at Graham Park, Championship Park, everything related to bullpen in the area are going to $60 a game. The 2-hour games are going to $65 a game. So let me just, say that I'm very happy that we're able to move these numbers. I think everyone who starts to do the math on the number of games involved here, the money that's being spent on an umpire locker room and some of these improvements, we are very lucky to have a dedicated partner who's willing to spend that kind of money. There are other tournament providers who are not willing to do that and are putting things together that do not reward the umpire and do not help the umpire. And our partners here are doing that. And I think it's going to benefit our umpires from both a financial aspect and then also from a culture and a factor aspect. So we're really looking forward to the locker room, also the increased game fees. I think that helps. I mean, over the course of a weekend, $5 and $10 a game certainly adds up, especially with what we're looking at in terms of gas and things like that. We are going to change a bit how we do our registration fee this year. We kind of recognize that we have two kind of groups of umpires at Grand Park. We have and so happy to have our loyal, umpires who are with us 8, 10, 12, however many weeks a year. And we really appreciate having them. But we also recognize that we have a group of umpires who may come in for 1 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And, Todd and I sat down with Derek and some of our staff, and we try to figure out a way to handle this registration fee so that we're not penalizing people for being there more, but we're also not, killing someone on a dues fee for being there for 1 or 2 weekends. And to be honest with you, the first week we did this call in Atlanta, I screwed it up. But what it will be is every week you work at Grand Park, it'll be a $15 deduction from payroll. And that number will be capped at 120. So for those umpires that come in for 1 weekend, you're not paying the full boat. And for those umpires that, are here all the time, we're not charging it every week for a 10, 12, 14, 15, 16 week period. We get a cap on there. And what we have decided to do is go back to, in 2022 here, having hats on site, and everyone will receive a hat the first time they work in 2022. If you didn't work with us in 2021, you're on the call, you're new, you haven't filled out a registration form, I'd like you to get in touch with Derek. Derek will put his info in the chat here, and but it's Derek at unitedumpires.org. Make sure you get in touch with us. And without further ado, I will kind of turn it over to Derek for a review of 2021 and some outlook on 2022. Hands on mute.
All right, thank you, Alex. Are you able to hear me?
Yep.
All right, good deal. So I want to welcome everybody to the 2022 United Preseason call. First and foremost, before I get into anything this year, I want to take a quick moment and thank a few people. To our boss, our leader, colleague, mentor, brother, friend, whatever you want to call him. Thank you, Alex Gonzalez, for what you do day in and day out for the entire United brand. Many do not understand the amount of time behind the scenes it takes to run a company. All right, can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Okay. All right, sorry about that. I'm dealing with some issues down here in Florida. But let me start over here. I want to thank everybody to the 2022 United Preseason call. First and foremost, before I get into anything, there's a few people here I want to say thanks to. To our boss, leader, colleague, mentor, brother, friend, whatever you want to call him. Thank you, Alex Candalis, for what you do day in and day out for the entire United brand. Many do not understand the amount of time behind the scenes that it takes to run a company like United, but I'm sure everyone here agrees with me and simply just wants to say thank you. To our new president, Todd Marler, to our United Collegiate coordinator, Chris Marshall, our director of training, Brian DeBrouwer, director of media, Danny Miller, and also site supervisor in KC, Josh Nolan. Thank you all for what you do for the United brand to help umpires each and every day. With our partners in bullpen tournaments, to the new director of bullpen operations, Cam Evelyn, thank you for work closely with you each and every day, and it's an honor and it's a privilege. To others at bullpen, Jason Tisa, Jackson, Rhett, Michael Tucker, thanks to all of you for what you do and working alongside with United Travel Umpires. And now on to the year 2022. First, thank you to every umpire that worked the game at Grand Park and Championship Park last year. There is no successful year without the help and cooperation from all of you. 2021 was a very challenging year, especially during the spring. But many of you stepped up in areas that you did not have to, and we got the job done each and every day. Our umpire roster grew significantly over the last year, especially with youth umpires. Thank you to those veteran guys who work games either with high schoolers or college summer league guys. This is something that may happen more often as we focus more on training up and coming young and young officials. With our summer collegiate league and reaching out to high school players, this is not going away. I am looking each and every day to get younger guys, to get college baseball players involved with the game. As older and veteran umpires, go on, we have to replenish. Something that we do at United Umpires is we want to see somebody go on to bigger and better levels. And the only way we can do that is by replenishing at the bottom and bringing guys up. What makes the United brand what it is? The culture we have and continue to build with the new umpire locker room and addition of improvements to the towers on the youth side of the park. We want to help build that camaraderie when working at Grand Park and also Championship Park. Everyone is required to report to the locker room this coming year once that gets done. And please, we do ask that, the changing in the parking lots, that is now going to come to an end. We want everybody to be in a central location for many of reasons when it comes to, one, privacy, two, rain delays, many things that will require us to do that. Those of you who are looking to advance your umpiring goals, please share those with myself, Nobu, Donnie, any other site supervisor that may be in town that week. We're here to help, but be willing to learn. If there's something that we tell you to do, it's not because, we just want you to do it. It's because we know the proper way of working games that will elevate your game and move you to the next level. To our bullpen tournament staff, those guys are quad managers. They're a big part of our team. They are there to help us in everything that we do on the field. If one thing that I do ask for all umpires is that anytime you address a bullpen employee, we are always addressing them in a positive manner, never in a negative manner. They are on our team. They're there to help us. If there's anything you need, just simply ask them by saying please and respond by saying thank you. If you ever have a situation with them, that is not your place to go and try to fix something. You simply reach out to myself, Nobu, Donnie, or whoever else is on site supervising that week. We will take care of that. Let us take care of being the bad guy, and we will do that. A couple other things that I'm going to go over before we get out of here tonight. Communication. Guys, a regular day in the summer, we're on 40-plus fields. Springtime is very busy. If you need to leave a message, please leave a detailed message, not just, hey, Whit, give me a call back. That's not going to do it. If there's a specific reasoning for why you're calling, hey, Whit, this is such and such. I see a schedule conflict that's going on. I can't work. So I know immediately whenever I listen to your message what is going on. Let's see. Let me go through a couple more things. Your arbiter. Please keep your arbiter up to date. That's very important for myself. What I will continue to do for this year as well, tomorrow I will be sending out a mass email. This mass email will have every tournament with the spring and summer dates on it. I will go ahead and start a spreadsheet of advanced availability for anybody who knows what they are already available for the spring and for the summer. You may respond to my email and I will have your availability down ahead of time. Those of you who do not know, I still ask, even if you do know, still go in your arbiter and make sure your dates are correct. Please block out the dates that you cannot work. Please open the dates that you can work. During the spring, that's even more important. I am thankful enough to work for a company that still allows me to go and work college baseball. So there will be other site supervisors during the springtime that may be at Grand Park. And if there's ever an issue and they needed to go in and assign something, they need to have the accurate availability. Those of you who are working off sites this year, off sites did a great job last year. I do ask this year we continue doing a great job. Please remember to check in with me every time you arrive at an off site. Understand being at an off site isn't because you don't think I like you or anything. Off sites are an important place because actually I send guys over to off sites who I do trust, guys that I know that are going to be there on time, and we'll get the job done. So those off sites, please make sure you are also communicating. You will have a bullpen employee there at every off site. So that is pretty much going to be you off site and work with them with that. With your arbiter accounts, please make sure you have a picture. Go into arbiter, put a decent professional picture in there, a headshot. Also make sure that your contact information is up to date. Make sure your email address is up to date. Also make sure that your phone number is up to date. Sometimes you may work with somebody who has never worked with you before, and we need to know what you look like, and two, we want to reach out to you previously before the game to go over some things. Accept and decline games immediately. I do over 1,000 spots every week with assignments. Please, whenever I send the assignment out, if you know you can't work, decline the game immediately. That helps myself to get started on refilling that spot. If you get your game assignment and you know you can work, please go ahead and accept everything as soon as possible. That will help all parties out. Let's see, what are some other things? Also, if you log into your arbiter, go onto the main homepage of United. There will be on the front part, there will be a ready to assign box. I need each and every one of you to make sure next time you log into arbiter, click the United arbiter account, make sure that box ready to be assigned is marked. Again, like Alex said earlier, hats, your first hat will be for free. We will have hats on site. So please, as the summer goes on, your hat starts to fade. If you need another one, hey, just let me know. I will get another one to you. And after your free hat, every hat is $20. That will be payroll deducted. Uniform wise, what we recommend. I recommend all black, MLB black or MLB blue. As far as the youth side, as long as you and your partner match. I still say MLB black or MLB blue. Understand some of us, I know we have our Chris Poors and our Steven Rakowski's out there that has our pink and whatnot. Just as long as you match your partner, I am okay with whatever color that you wear. And also, hotels this year will remain the same for all of our out-of-town umpires. Hotels will stay at $10 a night. If there's any change there, I know we're working on a couple of things to possibly keep some guys in the same hotel for the entire summer. But if anything changes, I will continue to let everyone know as far as hotel rooms. And that $10 a night for your hotel will be payroll deducted. And some expectations from myself for this coming year. Guys, I don't really ask much. Expectations from me, be there on time, work hard, have fun at what you do. And as long as you walk away from that tournament knowing you had a good time, learn a few things, the camaraderie, meet some people, then that's all I ask. So I'm very excited. This is going to be a very busy year. Like Cam Evelyn was talking earlier, I mean, bullpen terms is sold out. So we're going to need everyone's help. Springtime, again, will always be, it's going to be a rough one. So if you know somebody that's willing to get into umpiring, please have them reach out to me. I have started an inventory at our United headquarters in Indianapolis with umpiring gear, umpiring uniforms, everything, you name it, from shoes to pants, belt, shirts, chest protectors, shin guards, mask. I have it all. If you do not have gear, please reach out to me via email, derek@unitedumpires.org. Give me your sizes as well, and I will do the best that I can to give you a uniform, or at least give you a set of equipment to get you started. What I do ask is everyone, please invest in your uniforms. It doesn't take much to work a tournament, make $1,000, put $40 aside, and get you a brand new shirt. That's all it takes. Now you made $960 for that week. You're not going to miss that $40. So please, I ask each of you to begin investing in that. Make your appearance better. That will go a long way when working on the field.
Wait, can I jump in real quick right here?
Honestly, Alex, that is about all that I have. I don't know if there was anything that I missed. Registration, if any of you have not registered, please reach out to me. I'll get a registration link to you, and you will be squared away. With that being said, Alex.
Wait, can I jump in real quick?
Noble, you're up. Let's go. What you got?
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Really quickly, kind of as an extension of the recruiting thing and what Whit just talked about getting guys equipment and uniforms. Something, and Donnie Smith and I have kind of laid the groundwork out, and we're going to try to make this a process as much as possible. Is we want to set a donation program up for our new umpires working on the youth side. A lot of these are 18, 19, 20-year-old kids who have never umpired a day in their life. They're kind of jumping into this, taking a leap of faith. They don't know if they'll like it or not. So, to me, it's really unfair to ask a kid like that to front $400 for a job that they're not 100% sure that they'll like, or they're a little unfamiliar with. And, I think all of us as experienced umpires, there came a point early in our careers where a veteran, helped us out, maybe gave us a ball bag, lent us a belt, something like that. So I think this is a really good opportunity to pay it forward. You have an extra chest protector, maybe a shirt or something that is just lying around collecting dust. Feel free, send me an email, and we'll tell you if you want to donate it, send it in. Something Donnie and I will do to kind of take that to the next level is we will track everything everyone donates, and we will keep track of who receives it and who benefits from it, kind of to set up a little umpire big brother program type of thing. So, it's not a case of you're giving up a decent chest protector and you never hear from us ever again. You'll get to interact with, and you'll get to see how it's being put into good use. And, hopefully we can help a young person out, get into the industry, and then they can pass it forward once again after that.
Thanks, Nobu. Appreciate it, bud. Donnie Smith, I'm going to introduce you here. I think Wick got on a roll there. I think he might have ran through uniforms, which I think you were going to talk about. But I'd love for you to talk a little bit about, what you hope to bring to Grand Park, and if Wick missed anything on uniforms, throw that in there as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex. Appreciate it. For those who don't know, my name is Donnie. I've met some of you, look forward to meeting more of you. Some things about the uniforms I want to touch on. Let's clean them. I know what Whit talked about it, but it goes a long way in the setting on the baseball field. When we have clean uniforms, we have pressed pants, we clean our shoes, you clean your hat. You know, it's okay to have multiples of other. I was recently working 4-6 games a day every day, basically last summer. I had multiple shirts that I would wash and clean. It goes a long way. It really does. India, the perception from the coaches, from PBR staff, from collegiate assigners that could be there looking. So if it's something you actually take pride in, and I do as well, I take pride in it. It's just something we should do. I look forward to helping anyone with any goals you have setting forward, whether you want to advance in high school baseball, get into college baseball, anything that you look for in your game that you want me to watch. I will come and watch you, and I will give you the feedback, and I'll help you get better. I want you to succeed. I want everyone in Indianapolis to be a better umpire, and anything I can do to help you, I look forward to it. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. That's all I got. Appreciate it. Look forward to everyone.
Thanks, Donnie. Appreciate it. Looking forward to having you guys on site kind of week in and week out. As this is going on, I'm taking some notes, and we're close to the end here, everybody. Jacob Perkins, email me about the black and gray jacket. That doesn't apply to too many guys here, so email me that, and I'll get you some info. But a couple points here. For those of you who have worked the College Summer League in the past, I know that you've probably seen that we're trying to put together a little bit of to get some guys in to work the College Summer League from out of the area a little bit. So I just want everyone to know that that is not a full-time program where, you know, there's not going to be any College Summer League assignments available to everybody that's working week in, week out. So I am happy to report that I think the College Summer League is putting itself in a position to be more successful. Those Sunday night games up at Kokomo were really, really tough for us. Just everyone's worn out. They've worked 27 games over the course of 5 days, and now it's like, hey, show up to Championship Park. So I think Sunday nights at Kokomo are out. More single games, more games on nights when tournaments aren't in play. So I think that's good for everybody. That's good for us. The only thing I forgot to cover, we are going fully to arbiter pay this year. So that get yourself set up in arbiter pay. Go to their website, top right-hand corner, sign up, get yourself set up. Really a very simple process. I think for us and for all of you, it really adds an element of being able to match up your assignments with your pay. Tells you exactly what games you're paid on, paid for, and things like that. So, and we will then have the same pay structure in terms of timing. So, you know, through that Sunday evening, paid on Monday. So that's a minor change there. So the direct deposit, the PayPal is out, but I really feel like the arbiter pay is just as fast, and in some cases faster, and also gives us some tracking ability that maybe we didn't have in the past. So instead of just getting a direct deposit for, you know, whatever that number was and having to either trust me or go back and figure it out, this tells you, hey, game 1 I was paid for, game 2 I was paid for, game 3 I was paid for, et cetera, et cetera. So we're looking forward to that, and I actually kind of hope it makes my life a little bit easier too in terms of that. So that was something from I should have talked about earlier. So now we're here at kind of the end of our night. I want to thank everybody for joining us. I certainly want to thank kind of all the special guests that we had here tonight. Those people are so important to our program, and to really everybody at United. So I want to thank them. I want to thank Derek and Donnie and Nobu and Todd and Brian, of course. And I want to thank all of you for joining us. And I'm really looking forward to the 2022 season. I forgot Danny and Chris. Apologize. Thanks to those guys. And but 2022, I think, is going to be a great year for United. I encourage all of you, if you have questions, to reach out to Derek and Nobu and Todd and me, whoever you feel is kind of that best person. and we will go from there. Want everyone to have a great night, and we'll see you soon out on a ball field.